Dear students, in last lecture, I have elaborated you how to draw the influence lines for the different functions based on our previous knowledge, which was, you would agree with me, that was very cumbersome, very lengthy, and now I will introduce to you a principle named as Muller-Breslau principle, which will ease out these calculations and shall give you a shortcut, accurate shortcut, so that we can take a quick decision. Muller was a German researcher, scientist, engineer, and Breslau was his place from his city, name of his city. So he introduced his city as well, Muller-Breslau principle, and according to this principle, it is very simple and very conceptual. It is just you have to pay attention initially to understand it. Now, any of the response function is outcome of the restriction, outcome of the action. Say, if a reaction which is acting upward is a external force and it is trying to move the structure upward, and since it is not moving upward, so therefore there has taken a birth has taken place of a reaction over there. Say for example, if this is a beam AB, all right, and over here there is a reaction at this place which is upward. This upward reaction is because the beam cannot be moved upward, and if we, according to the Breslau, he says that the cause of the birth of a response function, if removed and given that place a unit displacement, deformation, and then joining all other points with a straight line, giving due respect to the spots. Spots are not to be moved from their place. Then the values on that straight line with respect to a reference line shall give you the values of the influence line. Statement has gone a little lengthy, but it is very simple. When I will apply it, you will understand. Alright. Say for example, now reaction at A is trying to move this beam upward. Alright. Now I am discussing this influence line according to the Muller-Breslau principle. So the Muller says that if this is a beam AB, alright, I redraw it, that this is a beam AB, and over here reaction, that is our response function for which we want to draw the influence line, is acting upward, whereas the property of this sport is that it does not let the beam move upward. Alright, the Muller says that you remove this property, alright, and say give a roller over here and let this beam move under the action of this force to a unit displacement. Alright, so we let this beam move to this position, say over here, and this displacement is unit displacement. Alright, and then we join this with the other sport, because sport is not to be moved, sport will remain at its place. Alright, now this has given us a similar thing, that over here its value is unit, and this unit value has been joined with a straight line to the other sport, and all the values of ordinates within this diagram give us the ordinates of the influence line with values of the influence line. Same is applied for reaction at B. Over here, that we have removed this restriction and let the beam move unit displacement upward, then we join this with the other sport and this has become the influence line for reaction at B. And similarly, applying the same principle for the shear force, you need to understand that if, say, this is the, we draw an equal beam over here, that this is the beam AB, and we are required to find the influence line at C, which is 2 meters from A, say 2 meters from support A, and this is support B. Now, according to the Muller-Breslau principle, for shear, what is the function of the shear? That shear force is trying to cut this beam with a scissor action, right? Whereas the beam has its continuity, has by virtue of the strength of its materials, is not cutting down from here and instead is developing the shear stress over here, right? So if we let this beam move from this place, say that it is something like this, and apply a positive shear over here, and let it displace by a unit distance. Say this one moves downward somewhere over here, and this one moves, say this segment moves somewhere upward over here, alright? And then this is a, say, unit displacement, alright? If you have understood the concept, I remove the rollers and just draw these ordinates with the concept of Muller-Breslau. Now this has gone down, this has gone up, and beam has been allowed to shear from here. Shear to a deformation of unity 1. If we see this hole is 1. Now what is the ratio between these? If this is A and this is, say, B, and whole of the length of the beam is, say, L, then this ordinate has moved with the ratio B over L, and this ordinate has moved with the ratio A over L. Alright? Say if in that case it was B is 3 meters, this one is 2 meters. So this value is 3 divided by 5 is equal to 0.6, and this is 0.6. Over here it is, say, A is 2 divided by 5 is equal to 0.4, and it is 0.4. So that is how we construct the influence line for shear force using the Muller-Breslau principle, instead of that lengthy process taking these sections at different intervals, calculating reactions for each of that interval, and then drawing our shear force while calculating the shear force for every interval then, and then drawing our influence line. Over here we have gone just straight for this one, right? Now again, for influence line for the flexure, for bending moment, we have drawn previously the influence line for bending moment at section C with these ordinates. Alright. What is bending moment or flexure trying to do with your structure element, that is beam. It is trying to bend it, alright? Whereas the strength of the material, the property of the material is not bending, instead it is developing the bending stresses, alright? Now just imagine how can we snatch this property from the beam, that it does not offer a resistance to the bending moment. There is only one thing, that is that we provide a hinge at C so that the bending moment is not resisted, because hinge does not resist the bending moment. So we do like that. This is the we again draw a equal, say, reference beam line, and at C, which is 2 meters from A, it is AB 5 meters, and it is 2 meters from spot A and 3 meters from spot, say, B. At C we have provided this hinge. Alright, let's draw its spots as well. We have provided a hinge over here, meaning by now at C, by virtue of this hinge, this beam is unable to resist the flexure. Excuse me. So, having this property, now we give it a unit displacement, and join this displaced location with straight line to the, this is, say, 1. All rest values shall be with same ratio, and we get the same thing which we got by calculating the value of bending moment for 5 different intervals, for five intervals and 4 places, and then we drew this influence line for bending moment at C. Over here we have just applied the Moeller-Breslau principle and gone straight for the same shape for the same influence line diagram. That is how we draw the influence lines smartly. Thank you very much.